Good morning, my beautiful Aquarians. Okay, I call Aquarius the still air. The reason being, it's like the second karmic sign which falls into the air signs. Okay, the first one being Scorpio, which is still water. Aquarius being still air. Now, if you even if you reflect on just that much, these two karmic signs, one has got Ketu, Scorpio, withdrawal, Aquarius, which has got Rahu in the ascendant, so it's all about going outward. You'll get a lot of things, but that more of that later. Let's just see esoteric aspects first. The esoteric meaning of Aquarius is the giver of life through the recognition of unity underlying diversity. This should give you a hint of how the 11th house plays in the head of the person of the Aquarius ascendant. Unity underlying diversity, that's what we're looking for. Keynote for the soul, water of life am I, poured forth for thirsty men. So they are all about giving. Poured forth for thirsty men means it has to come from within and go outward to the world. The soul ray is fifth, the will to know. So they are all about science. Science, logics, technology. This is what makes Aquarius all about sciences. Very logical. Because it's the Saturn sign, which is a natural airy planet. Now it's in the mind, so it's things in terms of practical structural aspects. That's why Vedic aspects also has tamas in it. Tamas means to ground, to make it earthly. And it's female, therefore it is female and it's fixed. Air sign which is fixed. Why? Aquarius is still air. There's no breeze, there's no wind. Remember, the first one was breeze, Gemini. Second one, Libra, was the wind. It moves really fast. Libras are really quick in their mind. Aquarius is still taking their time with everything. And their type is Kama, means it's more of desires. They're driven by desires. Now let's look at this interesting chart that Aquarius plays out. You have Saturn and Rahu, the 11th house of social network gains, sitting in the first, sitting in the head. So Pisces becomes the second, Aries third, Taurus fourth, etc. So how this plays out. The Aquarius ascendant with Saturn and Aquarius in the first house. The self-personality is a sense of scattered in the external world. Why? The combination of Saturn and Rahu makes it like this. It's scattered and it's in the external world. Rahu wants to externalize it. Eager to make worldly discoveries. Again, science, we are talking about science. Through the mind, reasoning, scientific form, logic. Is a social bird too. Why? Because the 12th sign is of socialization. Is very important to them. Being humane. They are mysterious people and they are unconventional mavericks. Why the unconventional mavericks? There is Rahu in the head. Doing the unexpected things. Very individualistic, not the herd mentality. Yet wanting to be going out into the world. There's a contradiction. They want to be individualistic in the collective, yet searching the world for their individual self. They are searching external for themselves. Powerful communicators, they can be very fixed about ideas. If they can shift this a little bit, they will find great success. Not to be very fixed about their own ideas. They are closed-minded about others' views. They will pretend to listen, but they'll really not care much. Desiring fame and recognition in the world, deeply concerned for the well-being of social causes and society. Again, 11th house playing in the ascendant. Second house has Jupiter in Pisces, so the family, the wealth, elder siblings, etc. These people will be wealthy. They will make wealth. Jupiter is a karaka of expansion of whatever it touches. So second house being a wealth, they can be wealthy. They will make wealth in life. They have an esoteric family. Father could be a poet, writer, unorthodox, artistic. Why? Because Jupiter and Pisces. Parents may not be doing regular things, very dreamy, ungrounded types, elder siblings, maybe even parents, very dreamy type. Liberal, spiritual type of parents will make good wealth in their lives, like I said. Third house of communication, younger siblings, skill development, early education. So there is very strong, aggressive communication skills, to cultivate communication skills. Why? Because Mars is there. Leadership in communication skills with large crowds, not one-on-one, large crowds. They want crowds and communicating in crowds like debates as a host of some function. The reason is it's Aquarius. In the ascendant, so communication with family, aggressive, harsh and cutting. The immediate communication can be harsh, either very good or bad in relations with relatives and family. Fourth house of home and family has Venus in Taurus, so it's very earthly sign. So they can have a very self-indulgent mother, one who is very fixed about their own views. They may not feel very nourished, protected, cared for by the mother, because mother is self-obsessed. Venus in Taurus. They may feel other siblings want more attention than them. They feel neglected. They will want lavish, big home with beautiful interiors of their own. Their home becomes the center of sensuality, so they might want big, materialistic, comfortable, beautiful homes. The Venus factor is there. Fifth house of Gemini with Mercury is very communicative. They are very communicative with their kids. They are very clever, intelligent and artistic, smart kids. Good education. Mercury gives good education. Intelligent kids. Even with their romance, they are very communicative, romantic partners. Why are they very communicative? Well, they are all about communication in mind. So their sense of romance becomes a good communication. Also, this house is fickle because Gemini is a very dual sign. They won't stick to one topic. They'll keep on changing their education. Like one day I want to do PhD in this, next day I want to do something else. This needs to have a little control. The sixth house of enemies has Moon and Cancer in it. So the enemies are emotional people. Why? Aquarius Ascendant people are very mental. As mental as they can get. Still air. So they might have their emotional people end up becoming their enemies because they don't connect to emotion very well. They are not emotional in their head like Cancer people are. The people might come under the guise of being emotional, nurturing, but they are not really so. So emotionally pretentious enemies. So this makes it troublesome for them. They may borrow a lot of money and get into huge debts. Those are things to avoid. A classical example of Aquarius Ascendant is the famous Bollywood star Amitabh Bachchan. He ran into a lot of debts because of this. And he is good in communications with large groups. So, seventh house is Leo in marriage and spouse. So spouse is a trophy to display for these people. It's something to display for everyone because they are about other people. The spouse may be egoistic, self-centered, famous and rich, someone who will help with their secret ambitions in life. By secret ambitions, 10th house as Scorpio, we'll come to that. So spouse may be a big encouragement to the ego boost to get things accomplished. But they are contrary to their own beliefs. They are about humanity first, spouse is about me first. Sun in Leo. Mercury in Virgo makes them calculated about occult affairs. They want to use occult knowledge for the sake of material gains. This is something to be avoided. Occult knowledge is not meant for material gains. It is meant to have a higher understanding of spiritual stuff. So these people should stay out of this. Strongly advised. Venus in Libra makes them very open-minded about higher faiths, about higher knowledge. They may even seek a lot of knowledge, wanting to do higher degrees. They respect knowledge. They are seeking balance between religion, faith and scientific explorative side. Why? Because Aquarius' mind is all about mind and about science. And Libra is very liberal, so they are seeking balance between these two sides of them. Higher knowledge and higher science for them is all about higher education first. So they are very good in higher education. They may even do multiple degrees. Mars and Scorpio in career and work. Remember we spoke about this here also in the 7th house. They're secretively ambitious. They don't display their ambitions very easily. They won't communicate it to others. They're secretive at work, secretly jealous of other people's accomplishments. Remember, Aquarius is very driven for accomplishment. And they have to work hard for it. Saturn will make you work hard for it. Will be good in communications, media and advertisement. Will be very fierce in those fields, Scorpio. Good at manipulation, Scorpio. Rebellious in career, Scorpio. Ideational warrior with a lot of career drive, but hidden and fixed. fixed mentalities. Scorpio is a fixed water sign, which comes in career, whereas the mind, his head is about air, fixed ideas. So they make excellent researchers, scientists, detective journalists, even media people, journalists, actors. That which requires uncovering hidden secrets. Even if they become actors, they might become detectives for most part. Fierce go-getters of what they believe in. Well, the 11th house has Jupiter with Sag in it. The Sag becomes traditional, so they are very good at social network circles. They have lots of friends, lots of gains. Jupiter here and Jupiter in second house will make a lot of money through social media, films, communicative platforms. Tendency to connect to intelligent, futuristic ideas. People who have wide knowledge base, intelligence, and expertise. Gives freedom to be who they are. That's what they love. Popular in social circles, very accepted by all. So this is supportive of who they are in the ascendant. Saturn in Capricorn limits that. The spirituality of these people is more of grounding, social causes in the social circles. Ascendant is all about social thing. 11th in the ascendant. So they are not very much into esoteric knowledge. They are more practical. They will fight for society's causes. They will rebel against society traditions. Saturn is a rebel. And agendas that suppress. They are a warrior of social causes. Okay, so that's my short assessment of Aquarius Ascendants. Beautiful Aquarians. If you want to know where specifically your planets are and how they support you in your career, in your relationships, etc., get in touch with me through Facebook, Progressive Guidance. Okay, ta-da!